in Texas. It's in the 70s. It's not humid. Reminds me of California. Too bad I can't go back. Back here is a bale of hay. The guys who like pick up the hay, they're like, that's smart. Most people just have hay all over their car. I'm like, oh no. I put it in a container until my truck gets finished. So right now I want to do more lifestyle stuff. So I want to show you guys. I want to go inside. Maybe I'll do it at the end of the live stream, but right in front of me is the auto shop where I'm working on my truck. I'm working on my own truck. What's up, everyone? So I bought my own. What's up, Katie? I bought a truck. I have just had it not having a truck. I've got 3 equine animals now, 2 horses and a donkey, and I'm driving a town car. Like, how dumb is that? So I've already hit a couple of emergencies with my big horse and no truck and no trailer. Hi, Bev. And I'm like, girl, you need to get a truck. But see, the world done gone crazy, and you can't get no trucks. So I was looking and I was looking. What's up, Frank? I was looking and looking, and Allie. I was looking and looking and looking and looking, and they were like overcharging because used trucks have gone up 40%, right? They're just overpriced now. It's like, shit. By the way, before I get into this whole fasting stuff, I want to remind you guys, I want to announce to you guys that I found a property in Tennessee, not Texas, okay, in the mountains. And I found land, and I freaking need an architect for trade. My services for their services. I need an architect. So if you guys have a cousin, an uncle, a father, a son, a neighbor, the third cousin, a workmate, please go to my website at stephanieperson.com and inbox me, because I have the house plan, but an architect has to draw all the dimensions and specs. So I need an architect. I really want to say that right now before we get into this fasting thing. Anybody know of an architect? Please contact Stephanie. Right? You can also go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, and DM me there. Okay, let's get into it. So I got the truck, and I'm working on the truck, and we're repainting the truck. So I've been sanding down this truck for 3 weeks, and then we're replacing like the grill and the headlights and tail lights and the seats and the dashboard. Repainting the whole thing, and then I found myself a horse trailer, and now I need to build this damn house. Yes, I cannot wait. Okay, fasting. Why have I become the fasting police? So I did the OMAD video, and you get these OMAD freaking addicted mother suckers are like, it's great, it's fabulous, what are you talking about? Like, dude, mostly men, chill, bruh, chill. You know, people say things like, it's good for some people, and I'm like, okay, can you explain how? And then they don't. I mean, it's got the benefits. Okay, can you explain how? What are the benefits of not eating for such large windows? Especially on 1 meal a day. Oh my God, that's the dumbest diet I've ever heard. Dumbest diet. So I kind of want to go into the 1 meal a day, the intermittent fasting, and what would be a safer alternative to fast. Now, first I want to say the reasons why people fast. They will lie and tell you, I want to reach autophagy, or I want to drop my insulin, or I have to deal with my skin issues. No, y'all don't. Y'all want to get lean. That's not how you get lean. Just like cardio, do not get you lean. So stop doing all that cardio. That should have been my video title as well. You don't have to explain it, Selwood. I already understand a lot that you don't understand. See, Selwood, was it 1989, needs to go link me a video. But I'm going to tell you facts, my brother. First of all, when you only eat one meal a day, you don't get the electrolytes that you need for the cells to communicate with each other. Facts. Do you know how I know? And what you need to do with this lovely man, Selwood, is you just really need to look at all the comments of people saying they frack themselves up doing that. We're not meant to eat one meal a day. Ain't no hunter-gatherer would turn down food. Like, no, I'm doing cardio. And they would be laughing at us. If you took a hunter-gatherer from the past and you beamed them up, Scotty, to today, they'd be like, you guys are freaking idiots. What did you do to our species? And I would agree. I would love for Selwood to debate me now with facts instead of linking me a video. Yes. So 3N Me says fasting killed my adrenal glands. Boom. Katie says fasting was a huge mistake for me. Do you really need to link a video, Selwood? You're just linking a video. Anybody can say whatever's. But we got people here in the chat telling you facts. So I'm gonna tell you some more facts. You can just add electrolytes yourself to water. No, you can't, my darling. No, you can't. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling Clementine. I'm so bad. Oh, dude. See, stop watching videos, okay? Possibly even mine. Who knows? Stop watching some video where some knucklehead is trying to sell you snake oil crap, okay? Let me explain to you. Most powdered electrolytes are chlorides, which damage your kidneys. Come on, people. People need to understand. You are not going to get your electrolytes from just drinking some powdered water. No, you need to get it in your food, especially potassium, especially calcium. You want to look up Dr. Berg. See, we the same age, brah. Okay? You don't need to look at Dr. Berg. Dr. Berg makes a lot of money. Now, granted, I love me some Dr. Berg as a human being. We have spoken privately on the phone. He has invited me to his ranch. I was on his summit, okay? But I'm sorry, the fasting thing is destroying his health. Take a look at my brother. I cannot believe you're linking Dr. Berg. Who is this? He's just the coolest and the sweetest guy. But he is not healthy, my brother. So don't matter what he says. There's too many talking heads on this planet, including my black ass. Okay? I'm just saying. We just flapping the lips. But let's look at some facts. Okay? You're not going to get your electrolytes from powders. You need to get your electrolytes from food. Like avocados, like your meat, like some of your veggies. When you ain't eating them in a day, your body shuts down. Your electrolytes tank, and these chlorides are garbage. Sorry. Yeah, Dr. Berg looks like he's out of energy all the time, and he has no muscle mass. He ain't like, sister who's 54. We're like the same age, bruh. That's all I'm saying. But like, he is a lovely person. I genuinely like the guy, right? But business-wise, we don't work the same. I feel incredible fasting. Of course, everybody says they feel incredible fasting. Selwood, I would love to meet you because I know you ain't 54. And I would love to work. And I did this before with one of these health practitioners. I was like, you work out fasted with me and I will crush your ass. Point blank, period. You're going to gas out, my brother. Straight up. You fast on one meal and take away your powdered electrolytes and you will be crushed. Like this. All right? You gonna gas out on your little fasting, my brother. Yes, you will. And we'll work out 3 hours solid. 3. Keep your strength through the whole 3 hours. Plus, you don't keto adapt. Eating 1 meal a day, you're not getting your fats in. People, Selwood, you are addicted to fasting. There is, he's on a problem, cutie. But you know, I'm just doing this in fun. I'm not trying to pick on you, but you are naive. You're following, there's no science when you're saying, look at a Dr. Berg video. I mean, that's ludicrous. Like, that's not how science is proved. We talk about science. Where are you getting your electrolytes? You're saying from some powders. That's not where you get it from. You get it from food. We are mammals, okay? And mammals don't look for the electrolyte powder tree, okay? They don't look for that. They have to go hunt and eat and get their electrolytes. And what you don't understand, Selwood, is a lot of people are chronically dehydrated. This is a massive problem for people who do extended fasts and people who fast for years and try to do a keto or carnivore protocol. You might as well put a torch to your kidneys right now. Jason Fung. Oh God, that piece of nonsense. Jason Fung, enough said. I don't have any science, but Jason Fung, who's another charlatan skit. Y'all need to stop drinking the freaking Kool-Aid. If they make a lot of money, run with the cross and some garlic the opposite direction. Because people who make money, they're not personal with y'all. Okay? People make a lot of money. They don't sit in a car with a bunch of hay. Okay? They don't do that. They don't do their live streams from a car. Find one from me. Find a Jason Fung, a Mike Mutzel, who I love. I love Mike. A Dr. Berg or a DeLauer, and the ones who make money. I don't think that. Well, Mike doesn't make as much. Mike's very smart, but I digress. Have one of those guys, one of these men, just have them be shirtless next to me. Enough said. Ron, you ain't fasting for no spiritual reasons, my brother. You living in the modern time with nuclear power and like double pane windows in the winter. If we really want to connect to God, we need to live outside. Nikki says, 1989, I listened to Dr. Berg and fasted for 3 months. Yes, I felt good, but my nails were brittle. My hair was falling out and fracked up my thyroid. Don't do it, y'all. Listen to Stephanie. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. So now we got 3 people saying this just destroyed me, right? So why aren't Selwood and these people addressing the people where it messed them up? Did they do it wrong? Did they do it wrong? Like, is that what the problem was? So I'm going to explain this to people on the replay because I got people in that video saying like, and there's a safer way to fast. And I'll explain. Excuse my bourbon. So essentially, when you're eating 1 meal a day, you're not getting your electrolytes in and you're not getting your fat in throughout the day to produce enough ketones. So people have this physiological insulin resistance rebound effect where the blood sugar becomes too high. If you don't know this, people who do 1 meal a day, get a glucometer and test your blood sugar 2 hours after a meal and look at what happens. I work with so many people who have damaged adrenals, damaged thyroids, damaged kidneys, damage. I would love Selwood to go get a GFR test. Do you know what that is? Or shall we go look at a Dr. Berg video to find out? Not to be mean. Oh, feisty today. I have so many clients because I've been working with thousands and thousands of clients over the years, and y'all go back to the videos from way back in the day. You'd be like, oh, Biatch has gone through thousands of clients because she has thousands of videos and she's been coaching forever. So essentially I'm watching people have their hair fall out, like Nikki said, because of her thyroid becoming, the T3 becomes underactive because the body's not getting a source of energy from somewhere. Because when y'all don't eat, you don't access the fat. Otherwise, everybody would be shredded. And they're not. They're not. They're not shredded because the body is leaving the fat and burning the muscle, because muscle is expensive for the body to keep up. If you want nice shape, you got to eat, my family. You got to eat, right? Because when you don't eat, the body does this. And if you don't believe me, go look at another 54-year-old's face who's fasting and tell me different. Tell me different. Black may not crack as much, but it sags. You lose the bone structure. When you fast like that, right? Intermittent fasting, dry fasting, extended fasting, the body's got to get energy from somewhere. So it'll start taking it from your bone, right? That's why people have saggy jowls when they get older, right? Their freaking skull shrinks. Collagen disappears under the skin because all of these things are made up of amino acids, which are proteins. That's why people age. Dark circles under the eye, crepey skin on the belly, crepey skin on the elbows, crepey skin on the neck, crepey skin on the thighs, crepey skin everywhere because the body is not getting a source of energy to survive. So it has to break down amino acids and leave the fat because there's fat soluble vitamins. Does Dr. Berg talk about this? Does Dr. Fung talk about this? No. And I'll tell you what, I listened to a podcast with Ben Greenfield, the marathoner, and Dr. Fung, and Dr. Fung's like, children innately like to fast. They like to fast. And this is years ago. And Ben Greenfield says, actually, my kids run downstairs and wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning going, Daddy, I'm hungry. And it was like, it literally took Dr. Fung's words right out of his mouth. And then when you question people on that, they want to change the subject. They want to go back to their ideology or their science. Ooh, that word today. Ooh, it just gets me. Let me see. I grew more hair and I can grip onto rocks with my nails. You grew more hair. What does that mean? And you can grab onto a rock with some nails. What does that mean? How old are you, Selwood? How old are you? You're not 54. Yeah, Dr. Berg does have some good data. I think Dr. Berg was the very best when I found him years ago when he talked about the adrenal body. That's when he was awesome. Those are my favorite Dr. Berg days. Nordic tradition says fasting sucks. I feel so dumb that I was duped into it. Are you hearing this, Selwood? Are you still drinking that coffee? The Kool-Aid I meant. Fasting blocks leptin in your brain, which then turns directly affects the T3 production in your thyroid. Do you hear that, Selwood? Can you address Katie who's saying that fasting blocked the leptin in her brain, which then directly affected her T3? Can you address her and tell her that she's hallucinating all this stuff? I love you, Selwood. Okay. I love everybody who comes to my things. Were you born in 1989? Because I was born in 1967, bruh. Okay, here we go. I love you too. He said, Selwood, 3 and me says, Selwood, you will regret it as you get older. You'll see that the damage that you've done. I know he doesn't see it now. Seriously, I fasted and OMAD for years in my 20s, and I'm still trying to heal from the damage. So Selwood, listen to some of these people and listen to some of the things that I'm saying. You're not getting enough electrolytes, and you think that you are, and you probably are young. I didn't even notice that my electrolytes were tanking until 5 years into my keto adaptation. I had no clue. And then when I got the clue, it was like somebody threw a brick at my head. It was awful, awful. Muscle cramps, heart palps. I mean, probably all of this led to hormonal issues and melasma. No, not a good look. Now, so I am against fasting because of the things that people are saying in the chat, which is my hair fall out. So it was falling out. Like Katie's saying, that's going to block the leptin receptors in your brain, and then your body's having a difficulty to produce T3. It also, just as a general rule of thumb, that it creates a lot of stress on the adrenal system. So it's the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal back here, and then the thyroid axis. And your body's not getting enough energy from food. So it has to break down amino acids, which creates a stress through cortisol. And this is also called pregnenolone steal, which affects your reproductive system. So people do not realize what's happening until after the fact. You could go do something, drop weight on a scale, and have this complete mental placebo effect where you're like, this is great. I'm not hungry. Because why would somebody not eat? I mean, that's like manorexia. Like, why would somebody not eat? Because they have this obsession to be lean. Because we all love food. Duh. The reasons why people don't eat is why they shouldn't, or like they would even try fasting, is because they're having gut distress, because they're having some type of diverticulitis or Crohn's or something in the transverse colon. That's why people would fast, to give their body a break. Also, people who have eczema, psoriasis, really bad skin issues, people who've got really high blood sugar and high insulin will try fasting to drop the numbers. Now, for the short term, in a 2 or 3 day fast, you might notice a drop in your insulin if you go and test yourself 3 days apart. But often over time, the body has this physiological insulin resistance rebound, and the blood sugar starts to become incredibly unstable. And unstable blood sugar is provoked by cortisol, which, if you're constantly spitting out cortisol via the adrenals, then obviously you're going to break down those amino acids. And that's why so many people have crepey skin. You give it time for those people on the replay. A lot of people become obsessed with fasting because, again, they want to be lean. But I don't fast. I eat all day long, and I'm lean in my 50s because I'm in ketosis, which is a sort of a fast because your body's not dependent on blood sugar. So that's the first solution. The safer way would be to be ketotic and stabilize your blood sugar using ketones. This way you can access that body fat and achieve autophagy, which is cellular cleanup, by eating a clean version of a ketogenic diet, staying away from inflammatory foods, rotating, staying away from high histamine foods as you fix that leaking gut. That's how you strengthen your immune system and your red and white blood cells. That's how you do it. You don't have to do it by not eating, because that becomes instantly a stress on your body, because food is energy. And when you don't eat it, you don't get it. Okay? You're not going to get energy from fat because the body doesn't like to break down fatty acids, because that is your emergency gas tank. And it will burn it last. And it'll get rid of muscle first, because that, people, you don't need to survive. You don't need muscle to survive. And people don't understand this concept. I don't need to be aesthetic to survive, but I sure need fat, because my brain is made mostly of fat. I mean, my reproductive system is dependent 100% on cholesterol. And people do not understand this. Without your electrolytes, your cells won't function properly, and you can give yourself, Selwood, a heart attack. How do I know that? Because I've watched it happen with people. I look like your ex. Well, she wasn't 54, but I appreciate the compliment. Just give it time. That's all that people need to do, is they do something, they become obsessed with it. You cannot, people will still try to push the narrative, chicken breast, salads, rice, as the best way to look aesthetic. I mean, they will are eating a lot of protein, which kidney damage, kidney fasting, a lot of protein, kidney damage. And it happens, Selwood. Just give it time. Okay, I was a huge mess, being that I have Hashimoto's. So much for the know-it-alls that helped to mess me up, meaning the people she followed online, most likely. I was a mess for a year. Adrenals were shot, like shot. This is one of the people in the comment section saying that they fasted. How bad is it, do you think? Wait, how bad do you think it is to eat breakfast and eight? And so that's another Nordic traditions. Another solution to the fasting is create your window by eating breakfast and then breaking the fast after that. If you like, people are like, I go to the gym fasted because I'll go eat my breakfast and then tell my hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal, and thyroid axis that I'm not starving. Then by the time I hit the gym, I'm fasted. There's no food in my stomach. And if I do have food, I'll plop in a couple tablespoons of fat, which is easy to digest if you have a functioning gallbladder, and keep going. But my entire day will eat something small. I'll grab 2 tablespoons of liver, 2 tablespoons of animal fat as a snack. So something that doesn't overwhelm my digestive tract, but also keeps signaling the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland that I'm not starving. So to not go into gluconeogenesis and break down amino acids. So I can stay looking young and fun and not full of, because I'm a girl. But anyway, here's the thing. Well, Selwood, everything is how you feel. You feel that you move better in a fasted state, but what's the diet that you came from? What's the reality that you came from? And now this is a temporary thing. In your mind, it's a solution. It's just like people who lose weight dramatically. They lose a lot, right? They damage their adrenal system, but they weigh a lot less and they might be eating more healthy. And so they're like, or people who are vegans, right? This classic vegan. Oh, I eat the standard American diet. I went vegan and for like 5 years or 10 years and I felt great. And all of a sudden they start looking like death and they start just completely damaging their body. And then they get off of veganism. How do I know? Because these people are my clients. I get my knowledge from the thousands of people I work with. No, Nordic Church says at Selwood 1989, you look ketosis, not fasting. You like ketosis. Well, you're not even in ketosis all day, Nordic Nat Traditions fasting. You have ketones, and he might actually use some of them at some parts of the day. But then he'll have that rebound, that breaking down of amino acids. So he's never going to say when he feels bad or tired. He's going to be like, I feel great and everything's great. And that's the only thing he's ever going to say. Don't forget to like up the stream, guys. We got 60 people in the house. And we got 24 likes. And not that I'm trying to sell you a car or anything, but that's the way YouTube works for now. So you know I'm an athlete. You know I was a pro skater. So you think I might be impressed. I probably, I mean, I've been in gyms for years. So careful when you say that. So Diane, there's no such thing as cyclical keto because it takes so long for the body to adapt that if you go off and eat carbs and try to go back on, the body's just wanting to remain creating glucose. So a solution could be possibly to eat breakfast and then create a day fast and then eat dinner. But that would be a solution to the not eating breakfast and then going all day, or eating lunch and doing the intermittent fasting and eating around lunchtime as your first meal. What people don't understand is when you go to sleep, you're fasting. That's a great time to fast. And if you really want to fast, just go to bed earlier. And then you have a 16-hour fast. And that's what people don't understand. Just go to bed earlier, right? Eat your dinner earlier, go to bed earlier. There's your 16-hour fast. I know, Ron, I know you love the fasting too, and Jesus. He loves Jesus and fasting. But does fruit clean the body? No, fruit does not clean the body because fruit is now today Frankenstein fruit. Okay, it's been genetically modified. It's been selectively bred and crossbred. We're not even getting the natural fruit that we got in nature anymore. So no, It is not nature's candy. It's nature's kidney, liver, fatty liver disease. How much electrolytes should we aim for ketosis? So everybody needs to aim for the same amount of electrolytes to their particular body, but I can give you the ranges so you kind of understand. We cannot get magnesium from our soil anymore, so that is the only supplement that I recommend for people to take. Yes, quail eggs to break a fast. Yes, yes. Yay, Nikki. Um, hold on. Minute there, people. Okay. Okay. Um. What was I saying? Okay. Okay. With potassium, you can get, if you're getting it from food, and it's very different than from when you're taking it from, excuse me, this chemically activated. But with magnesium, you want at least 400 milligrams a day. Some people can go up to 8, but it's like 4 to 6 of magnesium. You guys know that I'm a proponent of magnesium glycinate. If you don't have a histamine response to it, if you do, there's malate, and if you do with that, then there's L-threonate. There's oxide, but oxide's just garbage. It doesn't, you barely get any magnesium from that. It's good for the gut distress, but people use it as a way to poop. Citrate is good, but citrate just really makes you bloated, fat, farty, and loose stool. So I prefer for people to get, and bicarbonate or would be a last. There is a magnesium chloride for the skin. You'd have to, and it gets quickly into the bloodstream, but you get small amounts, which is way more safe for your biliary duct system. Now with your potassium, if you're eating an avocado, if you can get up to 600 milligrams of potassium a day from food, so you get about 70 milligrams per 4 ounces of meat. You get about a little bit more from broth. If you're doing things like oyster extract, I think it's like 250 milligrams of potassium per capsule. Somebody said lemons for potassium. No, lemons have about 80 milligrams of potassium. That's nothing. And you'd have to eat the whole lemon and destroy your teeth. Nah. Let me see here. From potassium citrate, you can go up to 400 milligrams. If you're doing potassium chloride, which is so damaging, I would stay at 99, which won't do shite. And then you need to drink about 2 to 2.5 liters of water a day. If you're a tall guy, you might go up to 3. Faciality? Did I miss something? It's not what you say, it's how the person looks saying it. Oh. Nordic traditions. I think so. I think that if you know how to read health, like if I was, a 25-year-old woman talking about, you know, fasting, just like she's not going to look old at 25, It's like it's like these young people trying to give you health tips, and they're like young. They still have all the collagen under their skin, and their bone marrow still hasn't been eaten away. And so when you look at people who've gotten older, then you can really see it. Like, I can tell when people have taken steroids. I can tell when they've been taking the juice because the face don't match the body. Their face looks like they're 110 and then their body's all shredded. You're like, no, dude, stop. You're on stuff. Like, face don't match the body. I see that with men all the time. Like, if you're a man and you're 50 and higher and you're not a black dude and you're like built like Kong, and that can happen on the occasion, but like, yeah, no. That's what I posted originally. Okay. Anything don't fast because it will make you ugly. Facts. Look at how wrinkly the Native Americans were, and they ate all grass fed but fasted a lot. Your face matters so much in 2022. Well, they also were out in the elements, so we have to give them that. They were also outside in the sun, in the plains. A lot of plains Indians have that wrinkly face, whereas if you go to some of the Choctaw and the Cherokee, they're not as wrinkly because they're more in seasonal, like more seasoned, different seasons. But the plains Indians were very, very wrinkly. So some of it's from fasting, and then some of it's from being from exposure. Face don't match the body. Hashtag 9 more 3s. But it's true. Face got to match the body if you're gonna sit and say that something's amazing. You know, I live my life like a freaking nun when it comes to my health, working out and eating right, and well, I'd say nun-ish because I'm in Texas right now, so you know my refrigerator is like that big. Living in an RV and trying to get a refrigerator filled with pastured and grass-fed has been a little challenging. I'm gonna do a huge detox when I bounce out of here in a couple months, clean out my body from all of this non-grass-fed food. Read one before. Okay, let me see. It's not what you say, it's how the person looks when you're saying it. What about organic strawberries? Organic strawberries are still genetically modified. They just don't have pesticides on them, so, allegedly. Family says, like up this stream, guys. Yes, so quail. Yes, on the quail eggs. Would you try to ferment meat again? No. Hell no. That was a trend, right? Where people were eating raw, aged meat with like no salt in it. And I wouldn't do that again. Would you date a good-looking 32-year-old who looks like likes to fast? Um, I probably wouldn't like the fasting part, but I could date a 32-year-old. That would be easy. 32-year-old would have to keep up with Steph, right? Because we'd be skateboarding and riding horses and doing all kind of stuff. So many guys I meet, they're like, I'm like, get on my horse. They're like, oh. I'm like, are you afraid? Oh, are you afraid to get on my horse? Are you serious? Wow. That always shocks me, right? Or I tell some guys to get on a skateboard and they're like, oh, I want to break something. I'm like, but you're young. What are you afraid of? Okay, about the liquid fasting, like on broths and collagen. Okay, so collagen has oxalates and glutamate in it, so get rid of the collagen proteins, garbage. So no liquid fasting. The body knows this. Body don't know this. Don't drink your food, people. Eat your food, because when you chew, there's a signal from the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal system. I know it's crazy, but there's something to this whole Mother Nature thing, right? If we can get as close as we can to the earth, that's the way to go, right? Because no hunter-gatherer wanted to fast. They're hungry, right? They were like, please, can we eat? So no. So like I said, my phone is so hot. Like I said, I've become the fasting police because my clients have just completely wrecked their health. So many people. What's your typical eating schedule? Eat all the time. I get up and eat. I get up and eat right away. And then I have a couple clients, and then I like to go to the gym, and then right after the gym I eat, and then I'm snacking on things that are healthy, like avocado or liver or pork belly or egg yolks, and then I'll have dinner, and then I might have like a yolk afterwards. Bev, no, I've never cheated. Never once. I just, being at 54, I don't want to. I want to stay strong. I want to stay healthy. And in the crazy ass world we're living in today, no, I don't want to cheat. Because if I cheated, I would feel like I'd probably get diarrhea. I'd probably get a headache. Like, who wants that? I used to melt my butter so I can consume it fast. It was kind of gross, because of the way this sits on the bottom, but I got used to. Oh, okay, chewing and eating it now. Okay. I noticed my deepest ketosis grazing all day. I think so, especially on fatty meats or fatty like egg yolks and pork belly. Um, I don't understand why people just don't eat small things throughout the day. It's freaking, I mean, when you do that, you just, you get the gains, right? I mean, I don't understand this not eating thing. And then people like, oh, it's a religious experience. I was like, and then you go to Target. Right. It's a religious experience. And then you go to Target or you go to the supermarket. No, quit with it. Or you go and look at Instagram afterwards. And diabetes, safe to eat keto? Yes. In fact, I really recommend people doing high fat ketosis diets like ovivore and keto omnivore and short term carnivore for diabetics. Oh, I'm Ramdahan. You're supposed to have high cholesterol, right? You're supposed to have a high total number. Don't allow the lies and the foolery of the cholesterol industry to put you on medication. We're made out of cholesterol. In fact, our liver makes 75% of the cholesterol that we use. 75% in our liver. It's boss. I know I'm like lost with Ron, why did the bone broth hurt your kidneys? There's oxalates in bone broth, so those are critical. There's like glass. If people don't know what oxalates are, break my fast with sardines and avocados. That's great. Selwood, you have a profile picture, so at least you ain't trying to hide that. No, I don't mean to bust your nut sack. I don't mean to bust it. I'm just playing. A brand new color. Fasting appealed to me because I always felt like I was can I speak? Fasting appealed to me because I always felt my depression and anxiety lifted after doing them. But I know I now can I speak English? No. Wait. I know it's from the foods not being consumed. Exactly. So that's why keto is a sort of a fast, rotating your foods is sort of a fast, carnivore is sort of a fast. Did you ever fall for the fasting scam? Me? No. I like to eat. What you talking about, Willis? I like to eat. Ron Hannish, thank you for the warning. I hope you are feeling better now. Whoa, did you say you were 54? That's right, 54. You don't look 54 nor sound it. Early 30s at most. I would have guessed. Oh, thank you. Well, I live a very young life, and when I lived in Hollywood, can you believe I lived in Hollywood forever? All my friends were young. So you just sort of forget that you're getting older. And if you take really good care of your health, then you don't watch an ear fall off when you're walking down the street going, oh, let me glue this back on with some plastic surgery or something stupid. Okay, me 53 in a few weeks. Oh, well, happy pre-birthday. Okay, I stopped eating in the morning years ago because it made me so hungry all day. You were eating the wrong foods, Ruth. That's why. I was eating the standard American. Exactly. But if you switch it up and you eat breakfast and you eat the right foods and you get your lipase and your pepsin and the caloric acids percolating and you eat slowly and you eat enough fat, you won't be hungry all day when you're in ketosis. Will cigarettes disturb my keto transition? Yes. I've seen so many people who still smoke have a really hard time to produce enough viable ketones. Do you ever try raw butter? Oh, it's so good. Nordic Tradition's the best. I can't remember if you're Norwegian or Swedish. Jag kan inte komma ihåg, men jag tror att du är Skandinavien, men jag är inte säker. Fasting in not a scam, it's free. No, it's a scam when people try to sell you how to do the 1 meal a day and here, come to my channel and click on it and buy my other products. That's why it's a scam. Or buy my book. So that's not free. We're not talking about the action of doing it. It's going to their pages and buying their shite on how to do it. Trust me, Stephanie is correct. I did keto and intermittent fasting for 2 years, then ended up with HPA axis dysregulation, holla, and hormones out of balance, struggling now to get back my health now for 2 years. Ronell, never seen this person on my channel before. Facts. So, so just listen. I mean, you don't have to take the information, but just listen and learn, right? Just look at what these people are saying. If anything, people like to prove me wrong, which, I like the challenge, but you're not proving me wrong trying to pull up a Dr. Berg video where the guy's the same freaking age as me, bruh. God and AFIB at 32 fasting during a stressful time in my life. Oh, AFib. Yeah. You don't want any type of heart arrhythmia issue because, like I said, you're fasting, those electrolytes tank, and that you don't want to mess with your heart, Selwood. Whew. Y'all don't forget to like up the stream. I don't check to see who's liking this stream. I'm too busy. But it helps people find my channel and helps me get out of my car. I fast when I sleep. That's enough. That's more than enough. I fast when I sleep as well. And then I break my fast, right? And I regulate my blood sugar. And I keep my reproductive hormones intact. And not hump. Yeah, oh, Ron, wow, that's the first time you've ever said that. He said, I've been full circle trying everything. I know more, but still confused on the right diet. That's it, me and you, kickflip contest. Well, I have a broken knee, so there won't be any kickflip contest. But Selwood 89, if you want to go with me to a vert ramp, we can do some hand plants or some backside disasters. And if I win, you have to stop fasting. How's that? Okay, yeah, okay, so Misty, I've never seen before, who writes, yep, fasting a nomad now, and I have hypothyroidism, and all hormones are tanked. Nails brittle, hair loss, will be 49. But Selwood, you're 32, she's 49, and she's a woman. People listen up. In June, putting on weight now, yes, no energy as well. Just got all tests done a month ago. Yeah. All eggs are fine. Just watch out for the protein intake. That's not true, 9 Mars 3. A lot of people, the whites of the egg are allergenic. They're there to protect the fetus so it can grow. A lot of people, they're growth factors, right? And a lot of people do not do well with eating a lot of eggs, especially the whites. Unfortunately, it's a very high histamine food. Stephanie, I get blah, not eggs kill me. Exactly. Christopher Wolf says, Stephanie, I get in ketosis, but done. I don't get that. Sorry. I don't feel the mental clarity or mental power. Oh, because you're not in ketosis. You're not. People think they're in ketosis. They ain't. You have to actually use the ketones. So I don't know how you think you're in ketosis, my baby, but it's very hard to get into ketosis. It takes a lot of work, dedication, and time experimenting. Okay, I still have my son's old skateboard. It looks fun, but I might break my tail. Ruth, I'm teaching skateboarding in this town, so where I moved to, I think I might do a lot of teaching, like horseback riding, skateboarding, cooking ketosis food, ketogenic foods. Yep, had skin issues and nothing. Doctors, meds couldn't, wasn't fixing or even telling me what it was. Misty says when she was fasting, everything was falling apart. Stephanie, how often do you work out? 6 days a week. Because I just love it. I work out 6 days a week. So for those who just joined the chat, I'm 54. I've been doing keto 14 years. No freezing, no refeeds, no fasting, no cheating, no cyclic ketosis, no targeted ketosis. And I've been eating over 200 grams of fat for 14 and a half years. I cannot believe it's 14 and a half years now. Life is going by so fast, you guys. It's crazy. I'm going to talk a little bit about today, and then I'm going to bounce. I hope all of you burn your TVs and social media and everything and don't listen to anything anymore. Just don't. I'm like, people just mimic. It doesn't matter if it's gurus, if it's fasting, if it's one meal a day, if it's keto, if it's carnivore, and we do the hokey pokey and we turn ourselves around. That's what it's not all about. No. And I moved because I just wanted to get away from all that garbage. And I lived in Hollywood, and I rubbed elbows with a lot of stars, and I couldn't have felt more vapid and empty as that lifestyle. And in this town, they're like, why did you come here? All the time. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to stay here, so you don't have to worry about it. I had to leave. I'm leaving this town because it's nice. It's winter. It's February, and it's like 77 degrees. It's like really nice outside. Reminds me of Cali's. There's some palm trees over there, but it's flat and it's hot as hot as fluck in the summer, and it's humid. It's nasty, and I like mountains. So I'm leaving. I'm moving. And then everybody in this town's like, are you married? And I'm like, no. Do you have any kids? In today's time, oh, hell no. I feel sorry for them. Are you gay? I'm like, no. I'm just Stephanie. Gabe says, hi, Stephanie. I did a consultation with you a couple of weeks ago, and holy crap, I'm falling asleep within 10 minutes now, and I feel so much better. That's right, Gabe. I have so many clients who can't sleep. If there's anything, y'all have problems sleeping, y'all have problems gaining muscle, y'all have problems. I've been doing this shit for a long time. I'm so happy to hear that, Gabe. I knew you'd fall asleep within 10 minutes because y'all have to fall asleep within 10 minutes. If you fall asleep within seconds, you have adrenal fatigue. And if you fall asleep after 20 minutes, y'all have too much cortisol. It's inverted cortisol. We love you, Steph. 9 Mars 3 says, thank you so much. Right? That's awesome, Gabe. I'm so excited for you. Yay! That's boss. Boss, 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 boss. There's nothing better than having consultations with people and things go well. It's the best reward of all time. Makes everything in this life and being online worth it. Because sometimes I just want to shut this whole thing down and never be seen again. Is it dangerous to go keto while still have amalgam fillings in my teeth? Yeah, I have some. Of course it is. Yeah. Just got to do some chelation of those metals. Get on some clay, some volcanic ash, right? If you can, do some cilantro. Is it cilantro? Cilantro and an algae chlorella. But get a good one that doesn't have any crap in it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining today's chat. I've got to go and go check on my truck. By the way, I'm going to end this live stream for those who are still here that I am moving to Tennessee. I'm moving up to the mountains. I found a property, but I need a freaking architect. So if you guys have a brother, a daughter, a son, a sister, anybody who's an architect, a son, a husband, a wife, anybody who's an architect. I said all men earlier. Ooh, I'm so bad. A mother, a neighbor. If you know of somebody who's an architect who wants to do extended coaching for trade, I need help with the house build with the specs. So go to my Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic, DM me, or go through my website, which is stephanieperson.com, and go through the contact page and let me know. You can also sign up for a consultation, get free content here on Instagram, or you can go to Stephanie the Business Person. Because I got some energy at 54. My ass is going to be turning 55 soon. So I can't wait to turn 60 and show people what it's like to stay on a healthy ketogenic diet for your entire life. I do construction, not architectural. You do construction, but you're not a contractor, right? Anybody who's a contractor who can draw specs out. I love periodic fasting. Aw, T. I mix it up. Well, watch the whole video and you may not love it. It is dangerous to go keto while still. Oh, I read that. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Energy. And I'm out. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining the chat. Even Elwood. Was it Elwood? I forgot his name. Is his name? He stopped talking a long time ago. Anyway, Selwood. Elwood. Selwood. Even though I was kind of busting his nut sack. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe. I'm so glad. I'm truly very happy. Really happy. Peace, Ron. It's always nice to see you. God bless you, honey child. And I'm out.